Sometimes it can be confusing as like, what are they trying to do with this drill? Or what are we trying to accomplish? So we'd like to take a back handspring, and we're going to take the back handspring in 3 different parts. So we're going to take the jump, the preparation for landing on their hands or how they land on their hands, and then return to their feet or snapping down. So you have a demonstrator that you can work with, and in your group, you're going to take the first part and you're going to come up with a drill, and with your demonstrator, without, however you want. And in your drill, you're going to tell me what the goal of the drill is, how it's helping the first portion of the back handspring, and a coaching cue. So a coaching cue, kind of like a simile, like reach your hands up to the ceiling, or reach your hands up like you're going to touch the ceiling if you're jumping on the trampoline. Okay, so the first one is back handspring, the initial jump. I want to see arms starting by their ears, one swing with the arms, and then jumping back or pushing back, or anything that's getting the athlete to move in that, get them in that motion, okay, without spotting. Ready to go.
Do we go get like...
All right, so what's the goal of your drill? All right, and what's her coaching cue? Fingernails on the mat. All right, let's see. Very nice. All right. And what's the goal of this one?
Push and then open hips.
Open hips. All right. And then what is her... Very nice. And then what was her coaching cue?
Fingernails to the floor. Yeah.
Fingernails to the... Okay. Another one. Very nice. So will you show us again? Very good.
I like how...
So what is the goal of the drill?
So the goal of the drill is to help them get comfortable with going backwards into the back handspring, because I have a lot of kids that like to lean forwards before they go back.
Okay.
And then helping them get comfortable with pushing backwards. So they start with their arms up. She pulls her arms back as she chairs and falls, and then she pushes backwards with her arms a little more by her ears. But just getting them comfortable with going backwards and then jumping as well as swinging their arms.
Awesome. And then what is their coaching cue for that?
I say chair, fall, jump.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Now, in your same groups, now we're going to work on the landing on the hands or getting more comfortable in the hands. So it's just from where the hands start in the back handspring to right before the feet. So it can be bridge, handstand, strengthen the shoulders, any drill that you guys want to come up with. And I want to hear the goal of the drill and the coaching cue associated with it.
So, yes, and this one.
All right, what is the goal?
We call this preparation for the bridge.
Okay.
But legs together, hands up, and the coach cue is keep your elbows really straight, don't bend your hands. And now you can adjust
Elbows straight, don't bend your hands.
Draw the line, and this, you go really fast to the bridge, really fast, block your elbows. So in this case, she learns how to block on your hands. And at the same time, as I said, with the line, we can adjust where she is supposed to go. So they see where to go. Because most of the time, back hands, when they jump up, instead going.
Okay.
And this is for the hands. So very important. Before, when you make a position, try to make sure that she has a really straight elbow.
All right. Awesome.
In the air, she's gonna do the same thing. Go ahead. Snap. Good. So our cue is lean, snap and hips. She has to lift her hips up, and her feet are always pointing to where she came from, because they're super excited to kick their feet over before their hands even touch the floor. You want to make sure their feet are pointing the way from where they jumped, so they're nice and open. So snap hips.
So this drill, she goes kind of into a handstand arch, and then she does like 3 shoulder shrugs, strong ones, and then she snaps back into a plank. And then the cues are probably shrug and then snap, I guess.
Handstand in the middle.
Yeah. And shrug. 1, 2, 3, and then snap. Good.
Woo!
Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go and work on the last part. So the last part is coming from the hands, so you can work on strengthening the shoulders, how they're doing handstand, but coming from their hands to their feet. Okay, so they can come down in a hollow body shape. If they're just working on that shape coming down, they can work on speed, snapping down, or even rebounding off the floor. So one drill that you guys think would be good for that, and coaching cue for that drill. Ready to go. All right, what is your drill?
She's going to push up to a bridge, jump up to the handstand, and then snap her feet down at the end. She's trying to jump out of both feet at the same time, handstand, then snap down so it feels like the back handstand.
Awesome. And her cue?
Snap her feet down.
Snap your feet down. All right.
Okay, she's gonna kick up to a handstand. She's gonna push her feet to the floor. She's gonna jump up with her arms by her ears. So it's handstand, snap down, jump up. Handstand, snap, jump. Go get the chin, chin, chin. Try again. Handstand, snap, jump. There you go.
The same one.
The same one.
You have another one? What else you got?
Focusing on like a lot of my kids don't know what a hollow body hold is at all, and I feel like that's a foundation that you need for a lot of skills. So I think just practicing having them hold a hollow body hold or
Yeah.
just exactly
Yeah.
hollow body just to get and like zipping
It
their
is.
ribs in and pulling their hips up. I feel like a lot of times they like to go like this, and you want to have them. I always say zipper your ribs to your belly button, so they try to roll their hips under.
Good.
Okay, so the back handspring, when we're breaking it down, there's lots of good drills, but I liked them. Some things that I want you to think about as you're doing those drills and incorporating them, or even things that you see on social media, is how can I incorporate this into my class, and how much do I actually have to spot while I'm doing this? So if you're completely focused on one athlete because you have to spot them through the entire thing, your entire class, wherever they are doing something else. So if we could break down the back handspring or something like that, even into easier parts so that you don't have to spot as much, and so that you can go around and help each kid on maybe a particular station they're struggling with that another kid isn't, that's a great thing. So the arm swing, let's come and do your, Megan called it a mousetrap. So you can sit right here. I call it a tantrum because it looks like they're having a tantrum. Okay, turn this way. And hands up. And then you're gonna touch, and then, no, hands, chest stays up. Just hands touch the ground. Just hands touch the ground. Head stays up. And then hands swing back. Okay, let's go again. So hands up, touch the ground, hand swing back.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And we want to keep a neutral head, and then swinging their arms back like they're trying to swat all the flies behind them. Something. Okay. This one I really like because they are pushing and swinging their arms at the same time. So she sits on it. Okay. Feet on, hands on, and then you're going to swing back. Bend knees. Come all the way up. And then stretch back. Let's try again. Scoot forward. Ugh.
I'm sitting on a slider.
Touch, push, swing. Oh, you got to swing your arms all the way back so you're going to lay flat. One more time. Awesome. Okay, then the next one's to get comfortable going backwards. So the jump to the mat, also awesome. I just didn't want to bring mats over. Going backwards, backward roll, first one, that they get comfortable putting pressure on their hands. Now let's try a backward roll with our hands up like this. Just rolling over backwards. Yep, we don't need to have straight arms yet. Roll over backwards. Awesome. Okay, they don't have to push up. They just need to make sure they're going to their feet. After that, it's going on the floor. Let's see backward roll on the floor. Yep, now with hands here. Feet to hands. Straight over top. And then just going to their feet. This is all getting them more comfortable to be upside down and to have that pressure on their hands going over their head. So even when we're working skills you might not think your kid's ever going to do, like the back handspring, if you're just working with little kids, they need to be able to support themselves when they're upside down. Okay, next one, bridge. Let's see your bridge. Okay, then after they do their bridge, then they can go the bridge against the wall. So come over to the wall. And we'll go handstand, hands go here. Kick up, hands right here. And then over to their bridge. And from here, they're just getting comfortable being in that bridge shape. Push your shoulders. Okay, with their toes on the wall. Now tap the toes off the wall like that. Oh. Okay, and so they can go up in that position and tap their toes off the wall. This is, again, just building strength, upside down, getting ready to go over. And this doesn't need to be a spotted skill. Let's try that again. And then tap the toes. Awesome. Okay, now come all the way down. Now put your hands even closer, all the way here. So say she's not strong enough to do that, she can just go up right there and then try to tap in the toes again. Okay, so we don't have to be spotting her or doing anything in that. And then they can gradually move out as they get a little bit stronger. From there, working on the snap down. Okay, now we're gonna snap, or we're gonna come down to hollow. Okay, so let's see, tap the toes, come down to hollow. And then we're gonna come down to that hollow shape. And then just hold. Okay, and they're working on position there again. The last one is, stand up, or the last couple is just rebounding, getting more comfortable on their feet, jumping up and jumping down from a surface. So with a panel mat, or let's go on the pit pillow. Arms up. And she's just gonna jump up and jump down 3 times. Ready, go, jump, jump, jump. Okay, now let's trade with somebody. Come again, come over here. And let's go hands up. And you're gonna jump up and jump down, no bending your knees. Yep. Okay, so we're trying to get comfortable rebounding off the ground. And then the last one, we'll do the handstand and then snap down. The handstand snap down is pretty hard for some of these younger guys. And then snap down, jump up. Awesome, okay? All right, so that is kind of how I would break down a little bit of this stuff and be able to incorporate it in the lower levels moving up. Or if I was to see a drill on, let's see, Instagram or even the Desert Gymcats Snapchat or something, and I go, well, what is that for? How is that working? I would try to break it down in what pieces they are and then ask those questions. How can I incorporate this? And what am I doing in my class that it would be used for? And the importance of just being able to understand why you're doing something, even if you see something on social media that looks cool or whatever, why are we doing this? And then trying to understand what is benefiting you. Is it gonna make your life easier? You know, because sometimes you see something and it looks fun and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Then you go do it. You're like, well, I have to stand here and spot this the whole time while everybody else is doing something. So you wanna make it challenging for them, exciting for them, and make your work easier to do.